In today's video, I'll be making American history out of Lego. From Christopher Columbus discovering the New World, all the way up to the Trump Assassination Attempt of 2024. So, let go. Now, like I said, I will be covering hundreds of years of American history, starting with 1492, when Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Now, for this build, I knew I wanted to incorporate his ship, but I knew it would kind of be a little impractical to do a gigantic minifigure scale, so I was doing it mini-sized. But let's get building. And well, here it is. I created this nice little island type of build with a whole bunch of trees and all the Native Americans. Some are in the water, one's on a horse, some are in the trees like this guy that's actually from the Lone Ranger. But yeah, I think they turned out pretty cool. And now let's get to Christopher Columbus's gang. We got this one guy with his compass to help him guide, and then I put this guy as his like second in command maybe. And then here's Christopher Columbus himself. I gave him this gold ring from Lord of the Rings actually because I thought that fit the time period because he was trying to get some riches from the Americas. Now let's add his ship. And then there you go. Now it is mini like I said earlier, but it actually looks kind of accurate for that scale to what his ship looked like. I think this is a big part of history as well because Christopher Columbus discovered the United States basically, so that's why I included it. Now let's go a few hundred more years into the future for America, and that's when they claimed their independence, 1776. With the Revolutionary War. Now for this build, I knew I wanted to add redcoats because the redcoats are coming, but I also wanted to add the Americans with George Washington. So let's get building. And well, here it is. First though, we'll start off with the minifigures. Here's the redcoats. We have this guy that honestly kind of looks like one of those Canadian Mounties. We have this guy that's just trying to defend himself against this other weird guy with a shovel. And we also have the main man in charge that I gave him this cool hat. Now, on the American side, we got a few troops with these old-fashioned snipers. And then, of course, good old George Washington. But let's get into build. So I added trees for the redcoat side. And then American side, there's two small little wooden posts for the sniper guys. And then this rocky mound where George Washington and another soldier can stand. I think it adds a pretty cool battlefield actually, and overall I really like this one. Now onto the Titanic. Now I know a lot of you are probably expecting me to pull out the $700 Lego set, but I don't have TD Bricks money or anything, so I made the build based off of the movie The Titanic, so you'll see what I mean in a second. Let's get building. And well, here it is. It's a pretty simple build because I just decided to build it on a blue base plate. Let's start with the minifigures since they're probably what makes most of this build. Here is Rose. I tried to make her as accurate as I could to the movie, and it honestly is mostly just taken from this Pirates of the Caribbean minifigure, but I think it actually is pretty accurate. And then Jack. I had a lot more fun with this one because I decided to make his face blue and his hands blue because of how cold he was getting. So yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. And then I placed them of course on that iconic board where, if you could see on mine, there is room for both of them, but you can debate that in the comments below. In the back you can kind of see a Titanic. It's supposed to just look like it in the distance, okay? It's not the best build or anything. But then there's of course the iceberg there, and then I added some nice rebuilding techniques to make it look like icy or wavy. And overall, I think it looks pretty cool. Like I said, without the minifigures, pretty much nothing. And if you're mad that I didn't build the real Titanic, the movie also was one of the first movies ever to hit $1 billion at the box office. So that's historic in itself. Now next up, we got the moon landing. This could be another controversial one, as many of you might be telling me the moon landing's fake or whatever, and there was a while where I might have believed it, but let's get building. And well, here it is. Pretty simple, but gets the job done. Here is the astronaut minifigure I used. I also gave him this custom American flag, and I didn't add the other astronauts or their spacecraft, but I did add this cool little dish thing, and I tried to make it look like the astronaut was actually floating while on the moon. I also created the moon's craters by just adding a whole bunch of circle plates over and on top of each other, which I think it looks pretty decent. And let's go on to the next event, which this next one is a pretty big deal, and you probably saw it in the thumbnail, but that is the World Trade Center and the day that they went down, otherwise known as 9/11. Now, if you see the release date of this video, you would know it's also the week we're honoring the 23rd anniversary of this tragic event. So let's just take a moment of silence. Now we can get into the build. I wanted the towers to be substantial because when I went on YouTube to search if anyone had made this out of Lego, they were all pretty small, so I really wanted to make this thing awesome. And well, here it is. I did not include any minifigures for obvious reasons, but I did include the plane. Now, maybe some of you find that dumb, but I mean, it makes it look accurate. I tried to pay attention to the close details, like the big pole on the top of the first building and these white stripes on the side. I think it looks pretty accurate, and it's just tragic what happened back in 2001, but it's a good reminder to remember those that were lost. Now, on a better note, let's go to the next build. Now, I know I just said a better note, but I decided it'd be funny to make COVID. Yep, that's right, 2020 COVID. And well, I'm not going to spend time on the build. Here it is. I just made a small little one. And yeah, I don't really care for this time period. 2020 was fine. I know some people hated it, so let's swiftly move on. And well, here is the final and most modern historic event, and that is the attempted assassination on Donald Trump. This is a pretty insane build, so let's get going. And well, here are the builds. I built the stage that Donald Trump was on, but I also then built one of the crowd sections that the crowd was in, and then as well as the roof that the sniper was in. And well, here's a recreation of what happened. And there's a closer look at the sniper minifigure. Tried to make him look like an angry little nerd, right? And then here's the Donald Trump minifigure. I used the Han Solo and Carbonite face because it makes him look like he's like doing his squinting face as always, which I think looks funny. Overall, I think this turned out pretty good. It is so recent, so it's kind of funny to make a recent event like this. But yeah, so guys, I really had a fun time making all these events. It took a few hours, but it's cool to reminisce on history, and I really like this type of stuff. So if this video gets, I don't know, last time you smashed it, guys, on the fake Lego video. I said if we get 500 likes, and as of recording this right now, we're at 800. So I'll say if this video can get 1,000 likes, I will maybe do a part 2. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for viewing this. The channel is growing insanely. I think we're about to hit 2,000. If not, we've already hit 2,000 subscribers, which is awesome. So I thank you guys so much. Remember, as always, have a great day. God bless, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye.